This is gorgeous. We're out here on the salt flats.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Neil. I'm part of Team KAVU, and I'm here to go over some of the sweet stuff I just got in the fall 2019 box. And I want to share with you some of my favorite stuff and just kind of go over some of the new line with you. So let's go check it out. In this box is all the new cool KAVU stuff they're coming out with for the fall winter coming up. So the temperature's dropping. We don't want you to be cold, and we want you to look rad. Follow along as I go through this dope box of goodies. All right, here's the goods. All right, let's get into this box with all the good stuff. Some really cool stuff. Some of it I'm gonna have to come stick right in front of the camera because it's so rad. It's called the Valdez. Let's get a nice close shot of this. I don't know if you can check it out. The pattern's called oddities. And for example, all the different animals on this print, they're dope. They're all things that don't exist. We got a jackalope, a fox with some ram horns, an owl with a raccoon tail. It's like a conversation starter. I've never worn this shirt and not had someone come up to me and go, hey man, I like your shirt. So, oddities, super rad print. And the actual top is called Valdez, one of my favorites. Next, I mean, you can't welcome winter without a classic lumberjack flannel. Just straight red flannel, classic look. Wear it to the bar, shovel your driveway, sexy lumberjack look. I just shaved my beard, so I can't quite pull it off anymore, but give me a couple more months and I'll bring it back. But this one's red. This is called the Homer, and the color's called tartan red, or as I like to call, sexy lumberjack red. Next, you need some pants to go with your sweet shirts. Check these out. These are dope. These ones are one of my favorite KAVU pants because they're called the Hartman. He's one of my favorite people. Hartman's one of the other KAVU athletes, one of the best wingsuit pilots in the world. Super rad guy. I mean, I hope one day I can have a pair of pants named after me. Wink, wink. Called like the AMONSON or something. And this color is called tarmac. So it's kind of green. It's pretty sweet. Something you can go do some work in the yard with. Grass stains aren't going to show up super easy. You can ride your one wheel around, maybe crash it, brush off the dirt, and then go out to dinner, and no one would know that you were just getting rowdy before you went out and had a good time. All right, what do we got next? Whoa, cool. So most people, I mean, for me, when I think of KAVU, I think of fun clothes, but they also make some really awesome bags. The girls really like the KAVU rope bag. It's kind of like an over-the-shoulder bag. I wear one too sometimes. I got a nice fuzzy white rope bag I took to Japan and was a big hit, but they also make some really cool classic back-to-school backpacks. This is something that you can take if you're in college, throw your laptop in there, your homework, your lunch, take it to work. If you got kids, if your kids want to be the coolest kid in class, this is something you could totally rock. This specific backpack is called the Camp Sherman, and the color is green topo, and you can check it out. Let's take a close look. What we got here is some cool textured lines. Reminds me of the mountains, which is fun because I never loved school growing up. So if your kids need a little bit of inspiration during the school day, get them one of these, and they can think about how much fun they're gonna have when they get to go outside next. Oh, this is sweet. So check out this top. This one's more of like a classier look. So this is the Solitude in workwear blue. This is a cool, thicker, something you're gonna wear over like a t-shirt. Let's get a nice close look at this up close. One of the things I like, a lot of these KAVU shirts, they have secret pockets, so you can check this out when you're wearing this. Oh, it's also got snaps. I'm just gonna unsnap it right here to show you how it works. All right, so when you're wearing this shirt, you're like, oh yeah, I'm cool. I got this nice shirt on, but check it out. Pockets. You can put your hands in those pockets right there, just sweet. So you can snap this up in a jiffy, do something fun outside, and then if it gets too hot, bam! You can take it right off. It's like I'm gonna do right now, because the sun's out. So yeah, this one's called the Solitude in workwear blue. It's got the cool snaps and some nice pockets, which are pretty sweet. All right, let's talk about another long sleeve that I like. Yeah, This one's a t-shirt. I'm gonna zoom in on this for you. Maybe you guys can use your master editing skills to show this cool logo. As you might imagine, based off of this trippy looking circle, this shirt's called Hypnotic Rays. Woo! Because if you stare at it too long, you might get hypnotized. Yeah. This is in black. It's pretty easy to remember. Oh, another where we got it. Since we're still talking about t-shirts, this one is probably my favorite new t-shirt. First off, you got a narwhal on the front of it. And who doesn't love narwhals? Secondly, on the back, you got a bunch of rad fish. Now, there's also a whale in there, and I don't think a whale's a fish, so we'll call it rad sea life. But just the colors, the brown with the brightly colored fish across the back is just a super sweet design. The shirt, as you might imagine, is called Big Fish. The color's brown, and you'll be seeing me wear it at a airport near you. And I hope I can see you in it too and give you a big high five. Big Fish. All right, we got the ugly jacket. And when I say ugly, that's because of the name of the color. KAVU likes to call things ugly if they use a bunch of random kind of funky prints. This is like a throwback design. The texture on this is kind of thick, like a work jacket, something you're gonna do some yard work in, or shovel the driveway, or if you just want to wear something to like your neighborhood barbecue and look cool, you can rock out in one of these. I'll give you a little, let's check out what it looks like. Pretty sick. Feel cool already. I might even wear this just because it makes me feel good. Check out this detail. Some of my favorite things about the KAVU products is they put some cool, sweet, like radical little details that you might not notice. All right, what else we got in here? Okay, so we've just been talking about clothes and a backpack. Well, let's check these out. KAVU also makes some really cool of these bags. Little bags though. This one's called the Pixie Pouch. I use it as like an overnight kit. So when I'm traveling, if I need to put a place for my toothbrush or my deodorant or my razor, I throw them in here. And this is called the Power Box. This is something I use when I'm traveling to put my headphones in. Basically like the stuff when you get on a plane that you want to have handy, you can throw them in here, stick it in your pocket, or like on a really outside pocket of your backpack. And then you have all those things you want in the plane right here. And this one's nice. It's also, I don't know if you can tell, it's hard, so it'll protect the things inside of it. And both of these colors are called Milky Way, as you can imagine why. It's got a really cool, like lit up night sky scene on here. What's the name of this one? Made a cheat sheet. Oh, the fleece. That's right. This one I actually just wore to our neighborhood taco party over the weekend. This is called the 10-away, and the color's called Westwood. This is just a classic pullover fleece, kind of similar to the print I'm wearing now, where it's like some high contrast colors that just make for like a fun, attention-grabbing, but not too radical. Like you can be old and blend in, or you can be young and pair it up with some bright pants or shoes. Really rock it, but it's nice and warm. It goes great over a t-shirt. Yeah, I just wore this one over the weekend to a taco party that we had in the neighborhood. A new thing that KAVU makes, which I've never had before, are some of these really rad hats. You can check out, I'm wearing one of them right now. Here's another one in a different color. This blue color is called blue, but the hat is called the Fade Fad. The reason it's called the Fade Fad is, I don't know why, because it's not a fad, and I don't feel faded when I wear it. I feel really awesome. But take a closer look. On top of my hat, there's no button. So here, we'll kind of zoom in a little bit. All right, so there's no button on here. So for me, when I'm flying the plane, I like it because my headset usually sits right there and it would push on that button. It kind of gives you a headache after a little while. Another thing that's cool is if you go paddleboarding, sometimes when you're carrying your paddleboard or even your surfboard, I like to wear a hat when I paddleboard. It keeps my hair from blowing in my eyes and the sun off my face. But you can carry the paddleboard on your head and it doesn't mash that little button into the top of your head and it doesn't hurt. So yeah, I've basically replaced all my older hats with these hats. And they're awesome. Very cool. We're getting to the bottom of the bag. All right, what do we got here? All right, we got a belt. Belt, you always need a belt to keep your pants up. This one is cool because of the, see, I'm actually wearing one right now. So I'm wearing one and I got one in the box. So you know I like it if I get two of them. This logo is called KAVU. As you can see, It's got the KAVU logo, and it's fun. No matter which way's up, it looks like it's right. So either the mountains are blue, even though the mountains are actually black, the sky's blue. We got a red dot sun. And then we also have a beer bottle opener. Many times have I been like, oh man, I don't have a beer bottle opener, what am I gonna do? And then I rock out and I have it on my belt. So even my mom likes this belt. So you know if mom likes it, it's gotta be cool. All right, and last but not least, check this thing out. This is called the Shapiro. Also another awesome KAVU athlete. So what we have here is it was originally designed as a rope bag. So you can see we got some backpack straps. But what I like it is, I'm not a climber, but I often need a backpack to put things in. And this thing, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I could put my paragliding wing in here. And then I was thinking more about it and I was like, oh, if you like to commute on your bike and you gotta do laundry at the laundromat, well, check this out. You just take your clothes, pile them up in here, throw this little cover on it, stick it in the bag, use the cinch strap, buckle it up, and you are styling on your way to the laundromat, or home, or school, or the gym. So I think a lot of people are gonna find this bag handy, even more than just climbers who it was designed for, because it's just a nice way to be able to move your stuff around. So you can see everything that was in that box is now in here. All right, so we throw this box back in the plane. So we just went over some of my favorite stuff from the fall 2019 line from KAVU. Hope you guys saw some stuff in here that caught your eye. Make sure you go to the KAVU website and check it out. Most of these things are in stock now because it's the beginning of the season. If you wait, they might be out of stock. You're gonna have FOMO. So go check out the line now. You know, buy something for yourself, buy something for a friend. I know when I wear these clothes, they make me feel really good. I like the funky prints. And I like the fact when I wear some of the more wild stuff, it's just a conversation starter, whether I'm at the grocery store or I'm flying a tour in the airplane. People are like, hey man, I like your shirt. And who doesn't like it when people like your shirt? So, hope you guys are having a good day. I'm gonna go do some laps. Oh, I forgot to tell you where we are. We're on the Salt Flats, right next to the Great Salt Lake. So yeah, it's a short flight from my house, but it's awesome. We're out here in the middle of nowhere. A great place to have some quiet morning, some nice solitude, and introduce to you the new KAVU line. So yeah.